Many of you will do this operation as they appear, such as first you solve 4 plus 4, that gives you 8, and then you multiply it with 2. So the answer is 16. However, this is not the correct way to do it. There is a certain order of operation that we need to follow to solve these types of question. This order of operation you can remember through this mnemonic called PEMDAS. Three types. This is smaller bracket, this is the middle bracket or curly bracket, and this is the box bracket or the bigger bracket. So first we have to solve these brackets, and in brackets also first we solve the smaller bracket, then the middle bracket, and then the box bracket. After parenthesis we solve exponents, indices, orders, roots, etc. Then comes multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction. You can remember this mnemonic by remembering this sentence. Please excuse you the mnemonic PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Some people also follow BODMAS. Roots, D division, M multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. However, you might get confused that in BODMAS, division is written. However, don't get confused. This multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction, they both are grouped together. So actually the order is like this: parenthesis, exponent, indices, then multiplication, division, and then addition, subtraction. Why they are grouped? Because you see, division is nothing but the inverse operation of multiplication. For example, if you have to divide 2 by 3, then this is actually 2 multiplied to 1 upon 3. So division is inverse multiplication. So multiplication and division have equal priority. Same goes with addition and subtraction. If you add 2 plus 3, you can also write it as 2 minus minus 3. So 2 minus negative, they are grouped together. We follow the rule of left to right. So whichever comes in and subtraction. That is why even if you follow BODMAS or PEMDAS or BIDMAS, you will get the same result if you follow the rule of left to right. Now let's solve this question based on PEMDAS. So in this question, 6 times 4 plus 8 divided 2. So before addition, there comes multiplication and division. But going from left to right, we have multiplication first. So we will do 6 times 4, that is 24, then plus 8 divided 2. Now before addition, we have to do division, because here you see before addition we have to do division. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now you add 24 plus 4 is 28. This is how you do order of operations based on PEMDAS or BODMAS or BIDMAS. Let's solve the question which has brackets. Now this is 8 divided 2 bracket 2 plus 2. Bracket means we first solve bracket or parenthesis. So 8 divided 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. Now whenever there is no sign here, that means there is multiplication. So 2 times 2 plus 2 is 4. Since we solve this part 2 plus 2, so we remove the bracket. After solving the operation within the bracket, we have to remove the bracket. So we remove the bracket. Now you see we have division and multiplication. So here you have to follow the rule of left to right. So left to right we have first division. So 8 divided 2 is 4, and then times 4. So correct answer is 16. This is a viral question on the internet, because what many did is that they first solved the bracket and then they did this multiplication. 2 times 4 is 8, and then 8 divided 8 is 1. However, 1 is not the correct answer, because we have to follow the rule of left to right. So here correct answer will be 16 and not 1. What about this question? 8 plus 5 in parenthesis times 3 minus 2 square. So here we have exponent, multiplication, and parenthesis. So first, according to PEMDAS, we solve parenthesis, then exponent, and then multiplication, and then subtraction. There is another rule also which has evolved currently. It is called GEMS, where G stands for groupings, E for exponents, square roots, indices, M for multiplication, division, and S for subtraction, addition. So you can also remember this GEMS to solve the questions. Now here first we solve the parenthesis. So 8 plus 5 is 13, then times 3 minus 2 square. Now after parenthesis we need to solve the exponent. So 13 times 3 minus 2 square is 4. Now before subtraction we will do multiplication. 13 times 3 is 39. So 39 minus 4 is 35. So first we solved the parenthesis, then did the exponent. When we solved the parenthesis, we removed the bracket and there was multiplication. So multiplication minus 2 square. We solved the exponent and then did the multiplication. So this is the correct order of operation. Let's try it with a different example which has two brackets, because many get confused how to solve the brackets. Now in this question there is 5 times box bracket, then 3 plus, then smaller bracket, 3 square minus 8. Always remember that in the parenthesis also we follow the rule of PEMDAS, such as here you can see we have exponent and then subtraction. So within parenthesis also first we solve the exponent and then subtraction comes later on. So we will leave other operations as it is and then reach here. 3 square will be 9 minus 8 bracket closed. Again 5 times box bracket 3 plus. Now 9 minus 8 is 1. The operation is complete. We can remove the bracket and there is already a sign here. So 3 plus 1. So one bracket is done. After that we will come to the bigger bracket. This is 5 times, now 3 plus 1 is 4. This operation is done. So we remove this bigger bracket. So 5 times 4 is 20. This is how you solve the bracket part. Let's take another example. Can you solve this? So here in this bracket, in the smaller bracket, you see we have 2 subtraction. So there are two ways to do it. Either you add these two numbers which has negative signs and then subtract, or you try subtracting starting from left to right. Here also you can follow the rule of left to right. So 10 minus 6 minus, no, 7 minus 3 is 4 and 4 minus 2 is 2. You can do it like this, or what you can do, negative 3 plus negative 2. If you do this, negative 3 plus negative 2, then what will be the answer? So minus 3 and plus multiplied to minus will be minus. It will be like this. So minus 3 plus minus 2 will be negative 5. And then you can do 7 minus 5, 2. So this is another way of doing it. Or you just do it from left to right. First subtract these two numbers. So 7 minus 3 is 4 and then 4 minus 2 is 2. Then times 2. Now 10 minus box bracket. Now you can remove the bracket here only. So 6 minus 2 times 2. Again 10 minus 6 minus 2 is 4. You can remove this bigger bracket. So 10 minus 4 times 2. Now what you will do here? When you will do the mistake of subtracting this part, so 10 minus 4 will give you 6 and then multiplying to 2 and answer will be 12. However, that will be wrong because before subtraction you have to do the multiplication. So 4 times 2 is 8. Now 10 minus 8. Answer will be 2. So 2 is the correct answer. Let's get a bigger question with some more operations like here. 4 plus 3 box bracket, 8 minus 2, then parenthesis, 6 minus 3 parenthesis closed, box bracket closed, divided by 2. Again, according to the PEMDAS rule, we first solve parenthesis. In parenthesis also, we first solve the smaller bracket, then the curly bracket, and then the box bracket. So here we have two brackets. There is no curly bracket. So first we will solve the smaller bracket, then the bigger bracket, and then rest of the operations. So let's write other operations as it is. So 4 plus 3 bracket 8 minus 2, and 6 minus 3 will be 3. Now we can remove this bracket here, and when you remove the bracket and there is no sign here, so this is multiplication, then divided by 2. Now 4 plus 3 box bracket. Within parenthesis also, as I said, we have to follow the rule of PEMDAS. So before subtraction, we have to do this multiplication. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 8 minus 6. This is how you do it. Divided by 2, then 4 plus 3, then 8 minus 6 is 2. Now you can remove this box bracket and write 2 here, then divided 2. Going from left to right, we have to do this multiplication first. So, 4 plus 3 times 2 is 6, then divided 2. Now 6 divided by 2, because before addition we have to do the division. So 4 plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 is the correct answer. So this is the correct way of doing it. Always follow the rule of PEMDAS and the rule of left to right. Now here is a different kind of example where you might get confused. So there are three brackets, and within three brackets we have three different operations. 3 plus 3 in the bracket, then plus, then 3 divided 3, then times, then 3 times 3. So what we can do here is we can solve all these three brackets simultaneously, because they all are smaller brackets and they are separated by different operations. So 3 plus 3 gives you 6, then write plus, then 3 divided 3 gives you 1, write 1, and then times, and 3 times 3, 9. Now here we have addition and multiplication. So before the addition we have to do multiplication. So 6 plus 9 times 1 is 9, and 6 plus 9 is 15. So whenever there are brackets separated by these different operations, you can solve them simultaneously. What about this type of question where we have curly bracket also, smaller bracket also, and some operation outside of the bracket also? Let's try solving this. So first write other operations as it is. So 1 upon 2, then bracket, then curly bracket, then 2 plus. Now first we solve the smaller bracket. So 1 plus 2 is 3, write 3. And since here we have no symbol, that means here we have multiplication. So here you write 3 times 10, then middle bracket closed, and then the box bracket, then times 3. So whether a number is written here or here, means even if it is written in left side or right side, when there is no symbol, that means there is multiplication. Now 1 upon 2 bracket, then curly bracket. Now within the curly bracket, follow the rule of PEMDAS. So first multiply these two. 3 times 10 is 30. Then 30 plus 2 gives you 32. Or you can write 2 plus 30 like this. Then bracket, then times 3. Now 1 upon 2. 2 plus 30 is 32. You can remove this bracket, and since there is no operation here, so we can remove the box bracket also. So it will be multiplication, because there is no symbol here, so there is multiplication. So 1 upon 2 times 32, then times 3. Now you can divide this 32 by 2. So 16 times 2 is 32. Now multiply these two. 16 times 3 is 48. So correct answer is 48. So even if you get bigger question or complex question like this, just follow the rule of PEMDAS and solve these questions stepwise. And to remember this, remember the sentence: please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, they are grouped together. Solve them from left to right, whichever appears first from left to right. I hope I have cleared your doubts. You can ask me any doubt or any question in the comment section.